guys, what's up and welcome to Young Titan World. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today, we're taking things slow. We're trying to be chill, trying to open up our lungs and breathe the fresh air of Morocco. If it's not polluted by that of goats and sheep that have developed a stench because they want to fuck their own kind. If guys smelled every time they were horny, they'd be smelling all the time. Sorry, bad joke. It's just in my nature. So, today we're going to be talking about one particular it's not a TV series, man. It's a movie. It's a movie that captivated me by heart, and I loved it. But it's a little bit adultish, so you can't quite say that it's for everyone, okay? It's not family friendly. It's the type that you want to lock your doors and stay inside with a bag of chips, but you only eat the chips after they're done fucking. That didn't sound right, but my mind's in the right place, so you can be assured it's great. And it's called Sanctuary, and it was made this year, 2023. Now, the entire movie is absolutely amazing. It's only 1 hour, 30 minutes, but it finds a way to be so captivating that you keep watching it till the very end. And then you realize, oh my God, they left me at a place where I want to see what happens next. And it's about this script writing dominatrix that employs a no-hands sex routine. Like, no touching sex routines. Like, she's doing everything. Like the guy's genitals are voice activated and nothing else works. I mean, more works, but it's like sensory deprivation where all your other senses are heightened. So in sex too, when they're denying you contact for some reason, it's more hotter. Which still, it makes sense to me, but I'm not sure it's going to make sense to everybody. However, that's the stake of things. And they have this agreement where she comes over, they work out a script, and they act out the script, and, the guy eventually masturbates and comes at the sound of her voice. It's her job, and she does it with other people. But apparently, because of him, she, it's Sanctuary. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it before I spoil it for you. So it's a very simple system. She grows more fond of him and decides to drop other clients and only choose him and the task of making him come. Now, it's pretty simple enough, but the woman realizes that she's being let go by him, which is absurd because she feels that she has been part of his development as a human person. Like, basically, his confidence level and what he has become in that very day is because of all the sessions that they had in the past. That's what she believes. And she believes that she's not being treated right by being let go. He's letting her go because he's going to be the CEO of his father's company. And because of that, he's not supposed to have such a background or such a history. At least that's where his mind's at when he's letting this lady go. But when she was about to accept the fact that he gave her a $13,000 watch, or is it 32,000? I don't know. She comes back and she considers the act of him letting her go and giving her a somewhat not so expensive watch as unfair, because the kind of money that he gets from his company is almost $1 million, and she deserves way more than the value that he's giving her at the end of the day. It seems quite straightforward. Like, if you're not being paid your worth, you have the right to retaliate, right? So that's exactly what she did. So she retaliates, but he's given a solid reason why things are not working out the way they are and why he has to let her go, and that is bringing about more conflict. So since she decides that she's not going to go down without a fight, she decides that she's going to do one particular thing, and that is blackmail. But she tells him that, hey, I've recorded us, during our sessions, so if you decide to let me go without like the blackmail thing that I put before you, I'm going to spread this video to everyone in the CEO board. It's actually very exciting because there's this mind fuckery that goes on in the first 30 minutes, which is just to die for. You know, it's like, it's so captivating because it seems as if the woman doesn't know what she's talking about. She's just saying things so that the guy is going to give her more money. And then it reaches the point where she actually was recording, and she actually was recording their sessions, and she was gonna use that video too. So they have this all-out fight, and then she uses psychology, turns into his dad. I mean, she's able to use her voice very well, okay? And it's a whole acting sequence that makes her entire role so important to him. It's like they act out these roles every time. They're given different characters, and in this moment when he tied her up so that he can get the phone from her and delete the video, she decides to play the game again, but this time she decides to turn into his dad. Now obviously when we find male characters seeking women to dominate them, it means that there was one part of their past that didn't go well. Whether they were trying to get their approval from their dads and they never got it, so they decided to get it in their women. It's a pretty twisted psychology topic that I'm not going to get into right now. But ideally, she decided to represent his father because his father was the one thing that he feared the most, and he was dead, and the company was now going to him, and he wanted to be more like his father. But I don't know how twisted this is. It feels a little twisted, you know, the fact that your dominatrix is empowering you to do like better, you know, like she is encouraging you that you can do it. But the ending was so wholesome and so lovely. I would love to see a part 2. If this gets to anyone who is part of directing this movie, please, you can even cast me in the part 2 and I'll be there, bruv. But I think the most amazing thing is that it's so great, and they didn't have to incorporate any other person in that movie except those two people. I mean, those two people were the most important things in that movie, and it didn't even matter. I didn't need to see other characters. I didn't need to see other actors. I just needed to see them do their thing, and it was spectacular. It was a beautiful moment, and I really savor the cinematic experience watching Sanctuary. I thought it was gonna be an all-out fuckfest with no plot, with no direction, and no script. Because I tend to have hope in the hopeless, so I just go after stuff that I think is gonna flop. But this is not a flop. Sanctuary is beautiful. It's prestigious. It's excellent in its storytelling. It's divine in what it tells you. You know, like, I always figured that if the more sexual component a movie has, the less it's inclined to stick to its plot or stick to its storyline. But I was wrong. I was really wrong. It's not like that at all. It's actually really great. And if you haven't watched Sanctuary, I do implore you, go try it out. You will not be disappointed. Sanctuary is really amazing. It's just two actors, a male and a female. And the ending where he says he wants to make the woman the CEO is just breathtaking, and it makes no sense. And they're yet to go outside. It's like the entire movie happens in one room, but it's so engaging you don't even care that that's what's happening. And the last scene ends up in the elevator, and then, my gosh, I want a Sanctuary part 2. I just want it because it's so good. It's so good. I know everyone's talking about all the Marvel movies that didn't flop, all the Marvel movies that were so good and everyone enjoys them, as well as the other stuff that is there and is made by these big companies. But Sanctuary was made, I don't know if I think it's Bumble. The studios that made it is Bumble. I don't know if they've made any other epic movies like this, but this is the one thing that I know that they've done. And so I love it. I love Sanctuary. Sanctuary is just amazing. And if you haven't watched it, please do. And if I've spoiled it for you, don't worry. You won't remember anything when you start watching it. It's like you've been brainwashed. Yeah, I've got like those psychic powers too. So like I'm loaded with surprise. Thank you guys so much for listening. This hasn't been a long episode because I don't tend to bore you. I just loved it. I loved it. And it's a movie. So it's a 1 hour, 30-minute movie. And everything that I saw in this movie was just great for me. Which is why I'm not having any problem with it. Or I'm not saying anything bad about it. But maybe you can have an opinion about it. You can leave it down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for listening. This is Young Titan. Please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. It's Young Titan World. That is YVNGTYTANWRLD. That's YVNGTYTANWRLD. I post videos about reviews as well. I'm trying to work on my editing, so just have mercy when you get to see that part of my videos. But all in all, it's all a race towards perfection. And we are there. We're getting better. We're getting better day by day. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys have a great and amazing day. Take care of yourselves. If you're not having an amazing and wonderful day, I hope you have the strength to get through it. I pray you have the strength to get through it. Because not everyone's day is peachy and full of sunflower and roses. It kind of sucks and it's a little shitty. But I do pray that you have the strength to get through it. Right? This is Young Titan. You guys have an amazing day. Goodbye.